Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group.
After a 3-2 Phillies win over the Cubs last night, the two teams back at it, we hope, this afternoon for the rubber match of the three-game set. John Lackey going for his 7th win of the season for the Northsiders. He'll be opposed by Vince Velasquez, and apparently, Todd, it's not always sunny in Philadelphia. That's what we're seeing right there. We'll see if weather is an issue this afternoon. For now, first pitch is scheduled to come your way just afternoon, weather permitting, right here on Comcast Sportsnet. We welcome you in here to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group, along with Todd Hollandsworth. I'm Kelly Kroll. Last night, Phillies got a great start from Jared Eickhoff, and as Lynn and JD called it, a man save from their guy Jenmar Gomez, 2-inning save there to help Philly to their first win of the series, a couple series now, against the Cubs.
Well, they pitched very well in the ballgame. You saw Eickhoff did an outstanding job, used the changeup and used the curveball as well to set up the fastball. I thought it was an outstanding approach. It's an approach we've talked about now over the last couple weeks or so, one that the Cubs offense has struggled with just a little bit. A guy who can come in, throw his curveball for a strike, and throw his curveball for a ball, trying to get a swing on 2 strikes. 7 of the 8 strikeouts yesterday came on that curveball, except for Hendricks. He was the only guy that he decided to go after. Well, it's the pitcher spot, so it makes all the sense in the world. But again, we'll see how it goes today. In Velasquez, you have a different approach. He's got a big arm. He does have secondary pitches, but I'm curious if he doesn't maybe just try to play off what he saw yesterday. Interesting.
All right, well, we'll get back to both of those. We know it's Wednesday morning. A few of you still getting yourself rolling, so we'll give you a few minutes. But as always, we want you to get interactive with the show. So grab your cell phone, laptop, tablet. Get ready to head to csnchicago.com/vote in just a few minutes, and we'll bring you our live fan vote. Before that, let's go ahead and discuss the impressive outing from the Phillies' young righty last night. Cubs bats didn't have any answers for Eickhoff, and I heard Jim DeShays actually talking this morning on the radio, Todd, saying that he spoke to John Maley, the Cubs hitting coach, last night, who thought Eickhoff had the best performance against this team of any they faced last night.
Well,
Do you think so?
Well, I mean, again, yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, this is more along the lines of a pattern that I've seen with the Cubs hitters more than it is his stuff. This young man, Eickhoff, he's a good one. Listen, don't buy into the number of losses he's got on the season. That's partly on the Phillies there. But again, he had good stuff, and he had good secondary stuff, and that's something that I've talked about. This Cubs team, if you've got a guy, 94, 95, and kind of the numbers do prove this out just a little bit, challenge hitters, get themselves into hitters count, but rely on that fastball to get ahead or to stay ahead or to go after Cubs hitters. The Cubs have done a pretty fantastic job this year of putting the bat on the ball, getting good contact, taking their walks, and hitting the long ball as well. The numbers kind of prove that out. What I've noticed here of late over the last couple weeks is guys going back to even the Milwaukee series. I believe, I can't remember his name, Chase, right off the top of my head, who started for the Milwaukee Brewers, but had been starting and struggling going into the start and mixed his pitches particularly well. You saw him first pitch changeup, first pitch curveball, pitching backwards, spotting his fastball, and then getting back to those secondary pitches. The Cubs offense last night struggled with that just a bit. You saw the curveballs, you saw the swing and the misses right there. So again, just off their game a little bit.
So more in their identity maybe than the other pitcher. Well, on the other side of that, the lack of offense meant a shorter night for Kyle Hendricks. He gave up just 2 runs in 5 innings, striking out 6 on 81 pitches. But Joe lifted him, of course, to pinch hit in the 6th to try and get those bats going. But another solid outing from Kyle otherwise.
Well, certainly. A lot of times I talk about protecting the deficit. That's what this really was all about. You see the one spot right there, and that's kind of what he pitched behind all game long. But he did give his team a chance to win a baseball game. It's a lot of credit goes to this staff, not just Hendricks. They've done a fantastic job this year of giving their team a chance to win, and that's what you want moving forward, whether it's a 3 or 4 run lead for the Cubs or pitching behind. As you saw last night, the Phillies kind of got out early. They stayed out. You had the Howard home run, but he kept his team in the ball game. He gave them a chance to win and gave them a chance to win late by going out there and being solid in 81 pitches. Probably could have stayed out there a little bit longer, but again, I think the bottom line is this: give your team a chance to win when you're trailing.
Did that. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup, the Cubs lineup this afternoon, brought to you by Wrigleyville Sports. Top 5 men's lineup pretty familiar. Fowler in center, Hayward in right, Bryant back at third today, followed by Rizzo and Zobrist. Albert Almora making his first major league start and playing in left field. Montero will be behind the plate with Javier Baez getting the start at short. So Addison Russell getting a day off. And here is Maddon earlier, just a few minutes ago, getting Almora in the starting lineup. His thoughts on that.
Get him out there, get his defensive skills out there, and check it out. I thought his at-bat was nice yesterday. I thought he was very calm going up to the plate. He looked like he had everything emotionally under control. I know he's been playing extremely well, so you want to take advantage of a guy that's been playing well. Get him out there. So good opportunity today for him, and it sets up pretty well.
A guy that many Cubs fans have been, I know, wanting to see for a long time. Todds got to pinch hit last night, but what are the Butterflies like today for his first career big league start?
Intense. It's a nervousness that you really can't describe. Things really start to speed up. I mean, you walk into the building, you walk into the stadium, you see 40,000, you see 40,000 seats. Whether they're all filled or not, you realize that this is what it's all about. It's everything that you've worked for. It's every moment that you played through Little League, through high school, whatever your path is to the big leagues, it's been a work to that point, and that's what it is. You got to control those nerves after that first at bat, and I think today's going to be a great chance to kind of see what's going to go on with Almora and the opportunity that he gets, because he should get 3 or 4 at bats in this ball game. The first one's going to be the worst one. I did very similarly, pinch hit like 3 or 4 times before I actually got a start, and those pinch hit at bats were the worst because there was so much thought, anxiety, everything that goes into that moment. And everybody's like, just relax, man. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I want to stay. I don't want to leave. I don't want to. This is what I've worked for. So try not to make too much out of it. Try to kind of blend. And I guess that's the way that I saw it. I think he's going to get some opportunities hitting in the 6th spot today in the lineup. So it's a good spot, not too much pressure. He can see what Velasquez has going against him today, the other guys in front of him. So control those nerves and hopefully get some good results.
Yeah, you saw him take this big, deep breath before last night's at-bat. And I think with guys like Kris Bryant and Addison Russell, how quickly they came up, people forget that really this is more the road that most guys take. He's only 23, turns 24 later this month, but certainly an exciting time for Albert Almora this afternoon. We're going to head now to our Cubs fan poll. Go to, of course, csnchicago.com/vote and get interactive with us. You don't need a special app or anything like that. Just visit the website. And today's question, where do you think Kris Bryant will see most of his playing time? Third base or outfield? Holly, the versatility of Bryant, Baez, Zobrist, LaStella gives Joe Madden so many to work with and move around. But this is a question that's been brought up to Joe, and I know every time I've heard him, he will tell you it's about matchups. But what do you think we're going to see, or where will we see Kris more often?
When we get this thing worked out, when we've got some players that are injured, particularly in the outfield, Soler goes to the disabled list. I mean, listen, Kris does a fantastic job. In fact, I know Kris embraces the opportunity to play different positions during the game. He is a third baseman. We're having different conversations here. We're talking about the 2016 season, people. So let's not, pretend that we're talking 4 or 5 years down the road. And do we see Kris as an everyday left fielder? I think that's a different conversation than the one that we're having right now. So we get into the moment here. We say, where do I think he's going to get most of his playing time? Once this team settles back in, I think it's going to be at third base, and that's really what it comes down to. For me, what you're seeing is that the second, the role players. Baez is getting an opportunity in LaStella. Both have swung the bat. Both are good defenders, and both can play third base capably. Kris does the transition to the outfield as well as anybody, and despite what you saw last night where he got turned around a little bit, those things do happen. But the point is this, he can do both. I think the answer is going to be third base. I'm almost certain it will be that once this team gets its 25-man roster back to what it originally was supposed to be, and you see how it's going to go.
Well, we just saw a video of last night. You made mention of it really quick for Kris Bryant. That probably, of all the times we've seen him out there, the least direct route he's taken. But aside from that, he has been very good wherever Joe has put him in the outfield.
Well, it's interesting. It was actually a ball that's right over your head, and it's the most difficult ball to catch as an outfielder because, again, it could have been a left turn back to the ball or a right turn back to the ball, and I think he got caught in between. And sometimes when you do that, you commit to one side and you realize I should have gone the other way. And at the same time, he doesn't trust running without his eyes on the ball the entire time. That's something that you have to practice as an outfielder, something that I even learned as I got closer to the big leagues, but something I really didn't trust about my 3rd or 4th year in the big leagues. But once I did it, it was an advantage, learning to turn and run to the wall, taking your eyes off the ball because you're so certain of where the ball is actually going to come down. Right now, Kris hasn't been out there enough to trust that. Sure. I think over time, if that's where he ultimately ends up staying and he gets, lots and lots of reps and lots of games in the outfield, that would potentially happen. But with anything else in baseball, the more you practice it, the better you get at it.
Absolutely. Well, fans certainly seem to think by looking down here where Kris Bryant will be for most of his playing time is at third base, 93%.
All right.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead now and take a look at today's pitching matchup brought to you by Bona, the original Italian beef. John Lackey taking the mound for the Cubbies. Let me try that again. He'll be opposed by Vince Velasquez, who is 5-2 with an ERA of 3.67. Lackey's been outstanding this season, 6-2. 2.88 last Friday against the D-backs. Got a 7th straight quality start, throwing 6 2/3 shutout innings. He was allowed just 6 total runs in his last 5 starts. very good. And Todd, if I'm not mistaken, since the start of May, he's had the best ERA of any of the pitchers on the staff.
Yeah, and over his last 7 starts, he's pitched to a 181 ERA with a .85 whip. He's been absolutely outstanding. Well, now, what you see right there is his last start against the Arizona Diamondbacks. The start before that was against the Philadelphia Phillies, and it was a pretty solid one. Did a fantastic job mixing his pitches. I think that's going to be key again today, and there's a little bit more of a discussion that we're going to have on John going up against this Phillies lineup today. But expect very much the same. He's in a gear. He's in a rhythm right now. He's going to execute his fastball, slider, curveball, and changeup. You're going to see him work the corners. You're going to see him go in and out and probably do his best not to fall into any patterns. The challenge sometimes with these games is that you just saw the Phillies. Even though you had success against this team, they're going to watch video, they're going to make adjustments, and they're going to say, listen, this is how he got me out 11 days ago or whatever it is, and, you know, I'm going to look for this in this spot. So as a pitcher, you say, well, is my stuff good enough to continue to stay in the same pattern, or do I need to maybe give him a different sequence of pitches to get the outs? We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and you hope with a veteran like Lackey that certainly won't happen, but Velasquez facing the same problem. Of course, he saw the Cubs back on May 29th, gave up 7 runs, 9 hits, and 4 2/3 innings. So does he have the advantage, or do the hitters today?
Well, I think the hitters do, because Velasquez's story is a little bit different. Now, his secondary pitches, he's got wipeout breaking pitches, but I'm not sure they're get-me-over pitches. The problem that he had really in this ballgame is that, you know, listen, he's got extreme velocity. He's got a 16 strikeout performance on the season this year already against the San Diego Padres. I mean, this kid's got a big arm. He just does not have a whole lot of tilt, and certainly the last time we saw him, he didn't have a whole lot of tilt. Movement on his fastball is key, but against the Cubs 2 starts ago, he didn't have it. You see how straight all these pitches are. There's just not much on him, even though it's velocity. We're talking 95 and 96. Cubs can handle that. That's not a problem. If you don't have tilt and location, then you're going to be, you're going to have a complicated issue. Now, he has not gone 5 innings in his last 3 starts. He's one of their big-time prospects. We'll see what he does today. The Cubs have been very good about running up pitch counts. Even that last one against him a couple starts ago, the start in between only went 4 2/3 innings. So again, they monitor him, they protect him a little bit. He's in that 80, 90, 100 pitch range. But if he's not being efficient, which he hasn't been over the last 3 starts, they've been getting him out of there early, which means you're right back in that Phillies bullpen.
Interesting. And to see what the weather might do this afternoon could play into that. Well, it's time for Built for Business, presented by Comcast Business. And as Ryan Howard gets ready to suit up for his final game against the Cubs, we thought we'd check out his career numbers against the Northsiders. In 58 games, Phillies first baseman is batting .233 with 10 doubles, 13 homers, and 41 RBI. That is Comcast Business, Built for Business. Holly, the past couple seasons have been a little rough for Howard, but years from now, of course, when fans and baseball fans all over are remembering him, how will that be for Ryan?
Well, I mean, if you're going to remember the end, if you're going to remember the salary, I think it's going to be, a 50-50 proposition. I think even talking to a lot of Phillies fans over at MLB Network over the years, I think it's just mixed emotions. You go back to the World Series years, you go back to the 48 homer season that he had. There are huge moments for Ryan Howard and the Philadelphia Phillies. And last night, I think you kind of got the sense of that when you heard the ovation after that home run right there. I think he's just in the position, and I kind of was smiling this. That was just a simple get-me-over curveball right there, and he jumped all over it. And I do wonder if Ryan is not in the frame of mind of, this is probably it. I should go out and just have a blast. You know, he's been relegated to the bench. He hasn't hit very well this year. He's back in there today, as you see in the lineup. But again, I just think he might have a renewing of the mind here for the last part of the season, next 4 months of the season, where he just starts to enjoy the ride a little bit, because there was a smile on his face, almost like he's like, you know what, I'm just going to swing for the fences the rest of the way.
That's a really good point. Well, we just showed you the Phillies lineup this afternoon that Lackey will have to, of course, navigate. But we have plenty more coming up on Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group, as we lead you to the series finale at the top of the hour. Coming up next, we'll tag along with David Ross as he tells us what goes into preparing for a game in what is supposed to be his final season in the big leagues.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
Once the Miller family went to Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, they never went anywhere else.
Didn't need to.
In fact, the Millers have purchased so many cars from Fields, their neighbors think they are the Fields.
Hi, Mrs. Fields. They just make everyone feel like family.
Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. The bigger the family, the better.
See Fields first. Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Glenview at the Glen. Fields matters because you matter.
Pizza is perfect. Pizza with bacon cheeseburger on it, way, way more perfect.
Papa's Bacon Cheeseburger Pizza is back. And try our new Mushroom Swiss Burger Pizza. Just $10 each for a large.
PapaJohns.com.
Introducing Comcast Business Wi-Fi Pro with next-level speed, coverage, marketing, and control features. Plus, Wi-Fi Pro offers what AT&T's Wi-Fi small site doesn't. Professional installation, advanced security, and millions of hotspots nationwide. Looks like taking your business to the next level starts with ditching AT&T. Give your business an edge with Comcast Business Wi-Fi Pro. Comcast Business, built for business.
Road trip. Nippers, yeah. Can't leave without my nippers, yeah. It's all about my nippers, yeah. Everybody wants some nippers, yeah. Why am I on a donkey? Nippers, yeah. It's a nibbler venture. Nippers, yeah. Crispy corn dog, please. Creamy mac and cheese. Nibblers, yeah. These will not last long. Nibblers, yeah. Just like this theme song. Yeah. Everybody is born tonight. They're all watching reruns tonight.
Yeah, not us.
Nah, no reruns here.
Yeah, we have X1 from Xfinity.
Everybody crochet tonight.
I think we'll just stick with our TV shows.
Don't fall for DirecTV. Get 4 times more TV shows and movies on demand with Xfinity. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
The Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation and the Bono family have teamed up to knock cancer out of the park. Order your Italian beef the Rizzo way, and Bono will donate to my charity. I'm proud to be working with the Cubs and the Bono family, 2 Chicago originals.
Order it the Rizzo way at your local Bono restaurant.
We are back with the ATI physical therapy injury report and the latest addition to the list. Jorge Soler, who was placed on the 15-day disabled list prior to last night's game. The outfielder suffered a hamstring injury after this single right here in Monday night's win. And, of course, coming up was Albert Almora. Well, we welcome you back here to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group. David Ross is playing in his 15th and final year in Major League Baseball, unless his teammates can talk him out of retirement. But throughout his career, the catcher has learned what it takes to be successful both on and off the field in terms of preparation. On the team's recent trip to St. Louis, Ross gave us a behind-the-scenes look of what life is like on the road and leading up to a game.
Deep drive the other way. Bryant back at the wall, and this game is over.
Like last night, I mean, you get done with the game, you don't get back here till well after midnight or whatever. By the time you're falling asleep, when do you even try to get up, get rolling, get the day started?
It takes a while to wind down, especially last night. I went in the game late last night, and then the walk-off, you know, you're kind of upset, and, you know, when you lose like that late. So it's just one of those things you need to decompress. We came back here, went over to Lester's room. We played a little guitar just to wind down a little bit. Yeah, we had a little just me and him trying to learn some songs together. So we did that. I did that till about 1, so about an hour, and then go back to the room, wind down, watch TV. I'd probably bed about 1:30, and so I'll sleep in, just depending on whether I'm going to FaceTime the kids in the morning with the school. But it's their last week of school, so they got a ton going on. So, and my wife knew I was playing today, so she let me sleep in.
Okay, today you're going to be going with Hamill. At what point do you guys connect, if at all? Or how to, I mean, I'm sure every pitcher likes to work a little different with when they coordinate game plan-wise with you, but what's Jason's like?
It's usually like I'll get in and do my scouting report, go over everything I want to do, watch some video.
Is that with Borzello?
Yeah, I just got to do it on my own.
Okay.
We have our meeting every series to start a series. The first day in, you have a pitchers and catchers meeting where we go over the lineup, and then, every catcher does their kind of, me and Miggy, we'll do our own thing the day we pitch, go over. I like to just refresh myself. And then right about an hour before the game, I start to get ready, and the pitcher's already been getting ready. So about 10, 15 minutes before that, I'll go and meet with Ham or whoever the starting pitcher is, and we'll go, this is how I want to attack the lineup. Heidi, what do you see? What video did you see? What history do you have with these guys? Those kind of things. Venti Skinny Ice Caramel Macchiato.
Venti Skinny Ice. For any of you listening that want to get David Ross's coffee one day, Venti Skinny Ice
Caramel Macchiato. That's what they really want to bring here, is that winning, and I feel like they brought here is that winning process, attitude, expectation,
Yeah.
you know, which is great, along with what Theo and Jed have built with this group. I mean, let's be honest, it's pretty special what's going on here. I think everybody sees that. There's a great group of guys that really know how to play baseball, and a manager who knows how to treat people the right way, and talks about winning and talks about expecting to win, right? All that stuff I think is important. So it's a good time to be a Chicago Cub. It's fun.
Thank you. That was great.
That was quick.
Tremendous. Yum.
Look
Here
at
it
all
is.
that. Look at all that caramel on there. Yeah.
Eighth inning. This is why David Ross is going to have the energy. Yes.
When that guy tries to steal today, well, I'm going to be able to throw him out. So this makes my arm feel better.
All right, on 3. 1, 2. Boom. That's a winner.
Let's see if it's taken.
Let's see if that's a keeper.
I think you did it. I think you did it.
Okay, thanks.
Sign this real quick.
Can I bother you one more time?
Yep, sure.
I greatly appreciate it.
No problem. You guys are here early.
What's your game day meal? You can't overeat on game day, right?
Yeah,
you gotta move around so much.
Yeah, I'm not a big eater on game day, so I got a good breakfast. This is my lunch, and I'll have a snack with you know, right before, probably 2 hours before the game, whatever's out there, I'll pick at it. This is it.
Is this it?
Thank you for hanging with me.
Cheers for Starbucks and showing us a little day in the life on the road.
I hope I entertained enough and gave some good info to the fans, right?
Always entertaining. Okay, go get them a win tonight. Thank you.
Take care.
David Ross, what a gem. It was a day he started, in fact, that he did that feature there with us, and there was so much more from that I know that we'll put up on our CSN YouTube channel. But what do you think? Well, good to see. I mean, it gives you an inside look at what Rossi's day is all about, and it's definitely different for the catchers than it is for the players. We go about things so differently, but you could already tell the focus kind of as he's getting there, and, you know, the routine that players kind of get themselves into. Fun to see. And as we said, you know, listen, if this is his last year, he's going out on his terms. Certainly. Well, we have to take one more time out on Cubs Pregame Live presented by Fields Auto Group. Before we get out of here, we'll each pick our key performers, and Holly will give us his keys to today's ball game. The Northsiders in today's game, record of 40-17, and they are 20-3 in games decided by 5 runs or more.
To the core, Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey.
Once the Miller family went to Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, they never went anywhere else.
Didn't need to.
In fact, the Millers have purchased so many cars from Fields, their neighbors think they are the Fields.
Hi, Mrs. Fields. They just make everyone feel like family.
Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. The bigger the family, the better.
See Fields first. Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Glenview at the Glen. Fields matters because you matter.
Road trip. Nippers, yeah. Can't leave without my nippers, yeah. It's all about my nippers, yeah. Everybody wants some nippers, yeah. Why am I on a donkey? Nippers, yeah. It's a nibbler venture. Nippers, yeah. Crispy corn dog, please. Creamy mac and cheese. Nippers, yeah. These will not last long. Nippers, yeah. Just like this theme song. Yeah.
This Cubs injury report is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there.
Smooth to the core, Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey.
Come with me to the future.
Chrome. And now Chrome Intense, the new men's fragrance by Azzaro.
What famous American has covered more territory than any other? Hint, it's not a person. Celebrate 75 years of endless adventure today at the Jeep Drive and Discover event. One drive and you'll discover why Jeep is the most awarded best-selling SUV brand. Get 0% APR for 75 months or $3,000 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash on 2016 Cherokee model.
Take me by the hand, come with me to the future.
Chrome. And now Chrome Intense, the new men's fragrance by Azzaro.
Sports Talk Live, presented by the all-new Chevy Silverado. Weeknights at 5:30.
Cubs and Phillies, the finale coming your way here on Comcast Sportsnet. A 15-minute delay is what we're hearing out of Philadelphia. 12:20 start. Todd likes the sound of that. Well, make sure you follow along with us during all CSN Cubs broadcasts by using the hashtag Cubs Talk on Twitter. And we'll be looking for a tweet of the game to feature in our post-game show. Well, welcome back to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group. We are going straight to Todd's keys, the Fields Auto Group keys to the game. Todd.
All right, we're going to start right at the top, talk a little Cubs offense. Don't change a thing. This is the offensive approach against Velasquez. Now, listen. I would almost say that playing off last night might make a little bit of sense today, but I think you're going to see a lot of the velocity. And why do I say that? Based on his history, his recent history. Last 3 starts, 4 innings, 4 2/3, 4 1/3, 94 pitches, 82 pitches. He has not been efficient. He has struggled with his command, particularly with his secondary pitches. I think you're going to see him lead the way with the fastball today. It is his best pitch, and I think it's going to be much of the same. The Cubs had a great approach against him the first time. I'd like to see it again, so don't change a thing. Mix it up just maybe. And kind of what I'm talking about here is what I referred to when we were talking about John Lackey. He's in a great rhythm. Listen, I'm not talking about changing the game plan, maybe just a little sequencing, just because he has now seen this team. This will be his second start against them of his last 3. So it's not that all 4 of his pitches haven't been working. They have. He's been pitching lights out. As I said, 1.81 ERA over his last 7 starts. You're just going to want to see maybe a little different sequencing early in the ballgame, so keep your eyes open for that. New kid on the block. Why not? Albert Almora is going to get the opportunity today. I'm real excited for him. This is a big day. Listen, the pinch hit at bats, those are cool, whatever. This is your first big league start. Go out there and have some fun with the big leaguers and see what you can't come up with.
Well, and that leads us into our key performers today. I'm going to go with Almora just because it's the cheerleader pick to have.
Yeah, I like that. It's not a bad pick, but I'm going to go. I'm going Anthony Rizzo, hot as a firecracker, and Cap's not here, so I want to beat him.
And I will try not to crush any more bobbleheads today. I can't speak for this guy. Thank you so much for watching Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group. The finale, Cubs, Phillies on the way right here. We're thinking 12-20-ish. That's what we're hearing. It looks like rain is moving out of Philadelphia, and fans are filing in a little bit there. And Todd and I will see you afterwards on Cubs Postgame Live right after the final out. Enjoy the ballgame, everyone.
Chicago's favorite spot for prime steaks, the freshest seafood, and world-famous Florida stone crab. Come on down to Joe's.
If you teach someone to fish, you might never see them again. This summer, join the movement and take someone fishing. And there's no better place to get someone started than the Bass Pro Shop's Gone Fishing event. Go online to learn more.
Jack Links presents Hangry Hacks.
Excuse me.
Have you guys seen the third quarter numbers?
Because I have. They're phenomenal.
Feed your wild side.
Steak used to cost an arm and a leg. But now you can get new tender braised steak and melted cheese wrapped in a warm flatbread for just $1.49. Taco Bell steak flatbread sandwich. Eat it for them.
Dogs are always welcome in Wisconsin, and if they want, they can bring their people too.
Some things are simply impossible to ignore. The strikingly designed Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. The SUV that dares to go beyond utility. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. It has cooled off quite a bit and rainy and overcast, and we will start about 15 minutes late. The Cubs and the Phillies getting set for the rubber match here at Citizens Bank Park. And welcome to Cubs Baseball on the CSN along with Jim DeShays. I'm Len Casper. The Cubs dropped a decision 3-2 last night. We're going to talk some defense. It's not very sexy. We usually talk about offense and pitching, but the Cubs have caught the ball better than everybody in baseball.
Yeah, you don't get to be as good as the Cubs have been this year without really doing well in all phases of the game. And indeed, we have focused on the starting pitching and the offense, but the defense has been spectacular. We'll take a look at some plays in this series. David Ross has really been a weapon behind the plate, shutting down the running game there. You see him pounce on a bunt. We see an improved play from Jorge Soler in the outfield. We've seen Dexter Fowler's defensive metrics go up. But look at that play by Addison Russell. This kid has been absolutely spectacular anchoring the infield at shortstop. And we talk about defensive efficiency. This is balls in plays that turned into outs, and the Cubs are the leaders of the pack. They're at least average pretty much everywhere on the field, and in a lot of positions well above average.
Yeah, Ben Zobrist's addition at second base has helped, and you know, just the fact that Addison Russell can talk to Zobrist on a daily basis, that's got to help a lot too.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's positioning. Russell's made 4 or 5 errors this year, but only one true fielding error. A couple of throws have gotten away from him. So the hands are good, the feet are great. Positioning, pitching obviously contributes as well. There's been a lot of soft contact, not a lot of line drives against this pitching staff, but that old saw about pitching and defense winning championships certainly in play here for this Cubs team.
Yeah, Jason Hayward so far offensively has been essentially a replacement level player, but his defense, he's been worth almost a run.
Yeah,
or a win, I should say, above replacement.
Yeah, and we knew it coming in that Jason Hayward was probably or maybe the best corner outfielder certainly in Major League Baseball, and he's proven that time and again already this year, and you just hope the bat starts to heat up for him.
All right, John Lackey will start today, and it's been just a really good couple of months, particularly here these last few weeks.
Yeah, it's really been fun to watch John pitch. He had a couple clunkers, but by and large, time and time again, he goes out there and shuts down the opposition. He's a lot of real low-run starts. He shut down this Philly club back on May 29th, allowed just 1 run in 7 innings of work. Very aggressive, throws first strike 70% of the time. That's the highest mark in the National League.
I was talking with Chris Bosio today. When the Cubs don't win, usually it's not about a starting pitcher having a bad day. It's about 1 or 2 pitches. That's really it. And the Cubs, when they lose, they tend to be very close games.
And that was the case here last night. We just got talking about the defense. There was a little misplay in the outfield by Chris Bryant last night that cost Kyle Hendricks. He was pulled after 5 innings for a pinch hitter, but he really threw the ball quite well yet again.
Yes, he did. So we will start a few minutes late, but we will get the scoop on the Cubs from our Cubs insider, Patrick Mooney, right after the break. Cubs and the Phillies coming up from Philadelphia.
Know you're budgeted for the expected and the unexpected. Know that at least the process of buying a new home can be clear and simple. Know your investments can make retirement closer than you think. Know the one word behind all the guidance we provide, tools we create, and services we offer. Because when you have insight, you know.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema and available in 4K Ultra HD.
Benghazi is under attack.
If you do not get here soon,
we are all gonna die.
None of you have to go. We are the only help they have.
We're under heavy fire!
As long as I'm doing the right thing, God will take care of me.
we're gonna unleash hate on these guys.
Find more movies in 4K on DirecTV Cinema.
As a young man, I worked in the steel mills, where I learned the value of honest hard work. It's also where I saw firsthand how lives can be changed by tragic moments, how individuals or their families struggled in the aftermath. And it was then that I decided my life's work, that while I may not be able to prevent tragic moments, I could fight to help better the lives of those who suffered them.
Go inside the lives of Chicago's biggest sports stars, only on Inside Look, presented by Cadillac. Your questions answered.
In this business, you want to compete for championships.
Idols revisited.
They've supported this organization for so many years.
And the stories behind the headlines revealed.
It's a special journey, and it's a great story.
Catch a new interview every month with Inside Look on Comcast Sportsnet. Visit csnchicago.com for listings. Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Ford, inviting you to check out their fuel-efficient lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Transparency. Low fares. Nothing to hide.
Make sure you follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, all season long on CSNChicago.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. And again, under a short rain delay as Albert Almora Jr. gets ready for his first Major League start. He made his debut last night as a pinch hitter. And Patrick Mooney, you've been following Albert Almora Jr. as we have since the day he was drafted. The Cubs' first pick with Jason McLeod making those picks. And it's kind of a fun time for him.
Yeah, definitely an emotional moment for Albert the other night. Marty Peavy, the Iowa manager, let him know. He calls home, tells his mom to wake up his dad, Albert Sr., to give him the big news. And obviously he's been battling prostate cancer. He hasn't had a chance to come up to Philly. But Albert says his dad's doing better, kind of going through radiation treatment, and that he'll get out there soon enough. And obviously the Cubs do go to Miami in a couple of weeks. And I think, Cubs fans are going to get a chance to see the type of player he is, particularly on the defensive end. Chris Bryant said yesterday that he's the best defensive center fielder he's ever seen. So I think with him, Hayward, Fowler, Cubs have a pretty nice alignment out there today.
No question about it. And while it looks like he's kind of been behind some of the other Cub prospects, a couple of things to consider. He was drafted out of high school, so he was really young, and he's been very young for his age, really at every turn.
Yeah, that's what really drew the Cubs to him when he came out of high school, that he had been a really standout performer for Team USA. Obviously, South Florida has a huge culture in terms of travel baseball and that kind of elite circuit, and he had always excelled in that regard. And the Cubs people would kind of put it this way, that if he had stayed at home and gone to the University of Miami, right now this would be his first full season in professional baseball.
Wilson Contreras stays at AAA Iowa. At last check, he was leading the entire system in batting average in the 340s. A little minor foot injury the other day. It sounds like he's fine. I know a lot of Cub fans are clamoring for him to get here, but there are very specific reasons why he's still in Iowa.
Yeah, we're all obsessed with what's next and who's kind of the next big guy, and he is. But Joe Maddon pointed out today that he thinks he'll be up here at some point. He has no doubt that the bat will play at this level. But just look around that clubhouse, some of the veteran guys, big personalities. It's asking a lot for him to manage that staff right away. The Cubs already have 3 catchers, veteran guys. As Joe said, there's a reason why the Cubs numbers are so good. They're some of the best in baseball in terms of the pitching staff. But at the same time, sometimes you're not going to get finished products all the time. And, we saw what Kyle Schwarber did last year, even though he wasn't a fully formed, defender. He obviously made a huge impact with his bat. And I think the noise is going to get louder for Wilson Contreras here pretty soon.
And last thing, the draft starts tomorrow. The Cubs, I don't think, even pick until Friday. The 104th pick will be there first. So it's a very unique year for Jason McLeod and company. Having said that, would you expect more pitching this time around, or are they just going to continue to go best player at that slot?
I think it's going to wind up being all about pitching. You know, they only have a little more than $2 million to play with. That's the smallest bonus pool in the majors this year. You know, the guy they've been talking about is, you know, Jacob deGrom. You know, the Mets had taken to him. I believe he was a position player coming out of college, and just looking for those attributes in terms of athleticism. You know, maybe, you know, the intellectual capacity to kind of make adjustments and a competitive nature. You know, those guys are out there, but the Cubs still know the odds are, I think Jason said something like half of all major league starting pitchers were drafted in the first 2 rounds, something along those lines. So those are the odds the Cubs are going up against, but you see all these hitters, how, you know, Joe Maddon has to juggle, you know, at bats to find everyone, so I think you got to go big on the arms this time.
All right, always great stuff from Patrick Mooney. CSNChicago.com for the latest on the Chicago Cubs. We're getting set for baseball. The Cubs and the Phillies coming up. We will hear from Joe Maddon when we come back.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
They say an old-fashioned is served in a 10-ounce glass with a maraschino cherry and an orange slice. Actually, it's served in a room with a brick fireplace and a deer head mounted on the wall by a waitress named Diane. This is a Wisconsin supper club. When you're having fun, we're having fun.
There's a sound a ball makes when it catches nothing but net. Everyone loves that sound, that precision. At GMC, we get that. Nothing separates the men from the boys like nothing but net. This is the precision of professional grade. Now get 15% below MSRP on select GMC Acadia vehicles in stock. That's over $7,800 below MSRP on this GMC Acadia Denali.
Before each week's NASCAR race, enter the Chicagoland Speedway Sweepstakes at CSNChicago.com and tell us who you think will win. Then be sure to tune in every Tuesday to CSN as the president of Chicagoland Speedway, Scott Paddock, joins Dave Kaplan on Sports Talk Live. If he randomly selects your entry, you'll win tickets to the NASCAR Sprint Cup race on September 18th in Joliet. Plus, you'll be entered to win the grand prize, a trip for 2 to the 2016 Sprint Cup Awards ceremony in Las Vegas. Submit your race pick now.
It's been said, nothing you do for children is ever wasted. Since 1911, the Infant Welfare Society of Chicago has provided pediatric, prenatal, dental, and mental health services for Chicago's disadvantaged children and women. But less than 1% of all the patients this not-for-profit organization treats are covered by private insurance. To make a contribution, please visit us on the web or donate your gently used clothing or small household items at our resale shop. The Infant Welfare Society of Chicago, providing quality health care for Chicago's less fortunate children and women.
Getting set for Cubs baseball after a very short rain delay. Let's hear from Joe Maddon, who talked about the Cubs and the way they built this club. Not only guys who get on base, but guys who can pick it on defense.
I think the intent was to, what you're talking about, to more contact, get guys on base, hopefully score more runs that way. But in the meantime, I think we've also identified good defenders that do the same. They're able to do both. I mean, they can play, they could work a good at-bat, but go play some defense too, whether it's Jason or Zobrist, particularly have done a great job. I think a big difference also is like KB at third base, how well he's really come along. He's technically become a better third baseman just from mechanical. I've talked about his feet a lot. His throwing stroke is better because of his feet. He's done an outstanding job. So Addison's been great. Zoe's solid. The whole outfield. So And like I said, today we got Baez at shortstop and giving Addy a day off, and you feel really good about it.
And you haven't seen anybody carry the struggles at the plate to the field. I mean, Addison's 1 for 15, but I think the note said he's only made one error, I think, in a month.
Agreed. I don't see anybody taking their bat to the plate. I have not seen it. And you know, the beauty of the whole thing is I didn't even know he's 1 for 15. I didn't know that. I don't even look at those things. I work at the quality of the at bat. I notice when a guy's chasing or not, as an example. I notice when a guy's using the whole field and getting into pull mode. I notice those kind of things. But I never really equate the hits or batting average. I'm really happy that I can say that. So I didn't even know that. I think he's been chasing a little bit out of the zone. That's probably led to the 1 for 15. He's hit a couple balls well, like the line drive to center field the first night here. Caught, that happens. But, yeah, these guys don't take their bat to the plate. They don't do that.
Hazleton, Pennsylvania native Joe Maddon, able to catch up with some old friends and some family here in Philadelphia before the Cubs head to Atlanta for the weekend. And we found out after the game last night, Jim DeShays, that Travis Wood would have played left field.
Yeah,
the Cubs had tied it.
Yeah, he had come in as a pinch runner. And Travis, a good athlete, would have been able to handle it. Would have been fun.
One of these days,
yep,
it'll happen.
Yep.
Seasonably cool here in Philadelphia. Temperatures in the 60s. But we will get this thing underway here in a couple of minutes. And some walk-offs last night. Boy, it was a dramatic night around Major League Baseball.
Low pitch. Swinging away. Deep. Center field. That bad boy is gone. And the Reds win. Reds win. Joseph Daniel Votto. Walk-off home run. And the Reds win it over the Cardinals.
Drive to left field. Suzuki to the corner. That ball's gone. A home run. McGowan made the mistake. Dozier made him pay. He left the breaking ball in. A two-run walk-off home run for Brian Dozier. And the Twins win the opener. Brian needed that. The Twins needed that. 4 home runs hit here tonight by the Twins.
Upton got it started with a single. Saw Telemakia walk. Now they're loaded up after the fielder's choice on the sac bunt. Bouncing ball. Tigers get 2 in the 9th and 1 in the 10th. That's a happy group down there tonight. The Tigers are 2 over the 500 mark for the first time since May the 4th. And they use a walk-off winner against the Blue Jays tonight.
So 1 out, and Will Myers in the driver's seat. And he lines it. Fair ball. The game is over. Myers with a walk-off single. And the Padres rally in the 9th for a 4-3 win. The only question about the ball off the bat, would it stay fair? And Myers lands it 3-4 feet inside the foul line, and the Padres win it 4-3.
And a fastball is whacked to left. And this one is gone. He has done it again. The Trace Thompson will hit the walk-off on May the 10th. It's a walk-off tonight. And the Dodgers, after 3 runs in the first inning, are finally heard from again as Trace hits his 10th.
Good stuff. Votto with the home run. Same for Dozier. Tigers couple of games over. Will Myers beating the Braves, a team the Cubs will face this weekend. And Trace Thompson, good-looking young outfielder for the L.A. Dodgers. First pitch coming up right after the break. Vince Velasquez will throw it. John Lackey starting for the Cubs. Cubs baseball is next.
It's
the Backyard Bash event at American Sale. Right now, get up to 50% off everything you need for your summer fun. Plus, get 0% financing for 4 years. Or take another 10% off our already low sale prices. Lowest prices are always guaranteed and free delivery to Chicagoland. Turn your backyard into a dream backyard. Save big at the Backyard Bash event. Going on now at American Sale. 9 Chicagoland locations. American Sale. Bring the fun home.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at Advance Auto, Walgreens, Ace, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Pizza is perfect. Pizza with bacon cheeseburger on it, way, way more perfect.
Papa's Bacon Cheeseburger Pizza is back. And try our new Mushroom Swiss Burger Pizza. Just $10 each for a large.
PapaJohns.com. At Discount Tire, we'll get you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle. Get a $70 Visa prepaid card when you buy any set of 4 Michelin tires.
The sun has peeked through the clouds, and we're getting set for the Cubs and the Phillies. Cubs with an 8.5 game lead. Actually lost a game and a half from their lead in the division after the Pirates swept the Mets in a doubleheader yesterday. Cubs dropping a 3-2 decision here. 40-17 through the first 57 games. Phillies trying to get back to 500 today. They're at 29-30.
Very exciting day for young Albert Almora Jr. getting his first major league start. Always fun to watch a young guy break into the big leagues. They got a similar story in Pittsburgh today. Jamison Taillon, one of the more highly touted pitching prospects in all of baseball, is going to pitch for the Pirates today.
And the Phillies have taken the field behind right-hander Vince Velasquez. Let's get the Cubs Southwest starting lineup that will face him. Cubs averaging 5.35 runs per game, trailing only the Cardinals in that category in the National League. Cardinals at 5.4. Fowler, Hayward, and Bryant at the top. Rizzo, Zobrist, and Almora Jr. in the middle. Montero, Baez playing short for Russell, and John Lackey rounding it out.
Phillies in the field. Line up thusly. Ashe, Herrera, Goodell, left, center, right. Franco, Galvis, Hernandez, Howard on the infield. Cameron Rupp is behind the plate, and our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher today for the Phillies is Vince Velasquez. He turned 24 years of age yesterday. 5-2 with a 3.67. Got off to a great start. He was 4-1 with a 1.44 ERA through his first 5 starts, but just 1-1 with an ERA of 6 over his last 6 outings.
Get the umpires for you. That's Mark Wegner back at the plate. Carlos Torres is at first. Vic Carapazza at second, and Mike Winters, the crew chief, at third. Like the field drained pretty well. Man, the warning tracks were underwater a couple of hours ago. We got a couple of torrential downpours.
Well, Mother Nature providing a pretty good blow dryer. I mean, wind is blowing pretty hard right now. The flags whipping high above the stadium here. Snapping. Looked like they're blowing out to right.
Leading off the Chicago Cubs, number 24. Yeah, that wind was tricky last night, and that's why Chris Bryant had trouble with that first inning double by Galvis that led to their first run.
Do we know why there's 2 American flags? Is there?
I do not know.
Symbolism? Well, anyway, Velasquez has got a good arm. He's a hard thrower, sits comfortably around 94 miles an hour. He can get up around 100 from time to time.
Starts Fowler with an off-speed pitch for a strike. The leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. And if Dexter gets a hit, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicagoland Food Depository. Pretty well hit, but caught by Goodell on the warning track for the first out.
Maybe not as much of a helping win as I thought looking at the flags, because Dexter got into that one pretty well. Maybe had some top spin. Uh-oh, here comes the trainer and the manager, Pete McCannon, to check on the young right-hander.
Well, you know, his first 2 pitches were at 86 miles an hour, and I thought they were changeups. Could they have been fastballs? That's
He's
it.
done.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm guessing there was a conversation when he came out of the bullpen along the lines of, you know what, his bullpen wasn't real sharp. But yeah, 86 and then 87.
Yeah, that's fastball. That's not where he normally sits. So we will have an early pitching change. We'll be right back. What was the delay? 19 minutes, 57. Thank you.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
They say an old-fashioned is served in a 10-ounce glass with a maraschino cherry and an orange slice. Actually, it's served in a room with a brick fireplace and a deer head mounted on the wall by a waitress named Diane. This is a Wisconsin supper club. When you're having fun, we're having fun.
There's a sound a ball makes when it catches nothing but net. Everyone loves that sound, that precision. At GMC, we get that. Nothing separates the men from the boys like nothing but net. This is the precision of professional grade. Now get 15% below MSRP on select GMC Acadia vehicles in stock. That's over $7,800 below MSRP on this GMC Acadia Denali.
It is time for the Midas Tire and Auto Service call to the pen, and left-hander Brett Oberholzer will get as much time as he needs as Velasquez exited after just 2 pitches and 1 out.
Oberholzer ready to go, and you saw the numbers there. Not pretty for the left-hander. Really been victimized by the long ball. 9 home runs allowed in 25 and a third inning. So initially the Cub hitters thought they were going to be dealing with a hard-throwing right-hander, and just like that, the game plan changes with this finesse lefty Oberholzer out there.
Ball 1 on Hayward.
He called it a strike.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he called it late.
Strike 1 on Hayward. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Wind really howling, 57 degrees on June 8th in Philadelphia.
The heck is going on here?
Craziness. 19-minute rain delay officially. 2 outs.
Oberholzer went to high school nearby Newcastle, Delaware. Came to the big leagues with the Astros in 2013. Worked primarily as a starting pitcher until his time here with the Phillies, where he's worked exclusively out of the bullpen. This is his first year in a Philly uniform.
At the knees for a strike on Bryant.
He likes his changeup, especially to right-handed batters.
He has come in throwing strikes. So this will be a bullpen day for the Phillies. Called strike 3, and the Cubs done in the first. John Lackey to the mound when we come back on a very windy day in Philadelphia.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
From the first building block to the last coat of paint, Menards is here to help. Get an 11% rebate on everything in the store, including thousands of sale items. Tackle big cleaning jobs with big savings on our entire selection of commercial quality cleaning supplies from Libman. Clean up with an 11% rebate on all mops, brooms, brushes, and everything else in the store. Even sale prices now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at today's action. Using all-wheel control, they're moving with such confidence over this terrain. The new 2016 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. Make your drive a sport.
Come in now and get $500 cash back at 0% APR.
T-Mobile hit it out of the park. We doubled our LTE coverage to cover over 305 million Americans. And our new extended range LTE goes 2 times farther and works 4 times better in buildings than before. Switch to T-Mobile for major league coverage today.
Cubs did not score against Velasquez and Oberholzer in the first. Here's how the Phillies will line up. Brought to you by Southwest. Herrera, Hernandez, Galvis, 1 through 3. Franco Howard getting his second straight start. Cameron Rupp, the catcher. It's Cody Ashe in left, Tyler Goodell in right, and the pitcher Velasquez, of course, out of the game. It will be Oberholzer or a pinch hitter when we get that far.
And the Cubs defensively today. There's Albert Almora Jr. making his first big league start. The 22-year-old patrols left. Dexter Fowler's in center. Jason Hayward, the Gold Glover, in right. Bryant Baez, Zobrist Rizzo on the infield. Miguel Montero behind the plate. Lexus starting pitcher. Big John Lackey. John looking for win number 7. 6-2, 2.88 ERA. League bats just 2.09 against him. 4 strikeouts for every walk. 4-4 lifetime against the Phillies in 8 starts with a 289 earned run average.
Here's Odubel Herrera, and he fouls off.
It's at least a 2-club wind here today, and it's going that way.
It swirls in here a little bit. John Lackey wears his uniform pretty loosely, so you can really see it blousing in the wind.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't wear your parachute pants today.
That would have been bad.
That would have been ugly.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. 2-2.
Now, wind can be a factor. Obviously, the ball in the air influenced by the wind, but from a pitcher's point of view, some wind may be the worst element to deal with. You know, if it's cold, you can handle that. If it's hot, you handle that. Just high wind sometimes it's just hard to. It just doesn't feel right. No, that's not really digging in real deep. It's just it's a little funky.
That finds a hole and into right for Herrera. So leadoff single, and it'll bring up Cesar Hernandez. It's been a pretty resilient bunch, hasn't it, the Phillies? You look at their offensive rankings, second to last in the league in runs, last in doubles, 12th in home runs. They don't walk much. And there you go. Back-to-back hits to start the first inning. Herrera on his way to third. They're at the corners with nobody out. Obviously, they've pitched extremely well. But if they win today, they're back to 500. A team that was not expected to do much.
A little running fastball there down near the bottom of the knees, and Hernandez shoots it into the left center gap, cut off nicely by Almora. But Herrera easily into third base. So when we see the Phillies aggressive here against Lackey, and that's typically the case. Everybody that scouts John Lackey knows he's very aggressive with that first pitch. So we see a lot of teams up there hacking early against him.
Swinging away is Galvis. Again, got to keep your feet moving on a day like this. And Herrera's going to try it. Here's the throw by Almora. He's going to get him. Welcome to the big leagues.
Indeed. How about that for a welcome to the big leagues moment?
Slightly surprised he went, as that ball was not very deep. But they tested the rookie.
Yeah, good, strong one-hop throw. Montero has to make a little bit of an adjustment to it, but plenty of time to get Herrera.
So 7-2 double play. And Lackey has a chance now to escape completely. On the play, Hernandez advanced to second.
Yeah, I would imagine the aggressive send there, byproduct of a couple things. One, they don't score a lot of runs, so maybe they're going to be a little overly aggressive. And two, because of the wind and kind of unsettled situation out there in the outfield.
Shallow center. Boy, three guys calling for it. Two infielders. Eventually, it's Fowler. It is going to be tricky out there, but Albert Almora Jr. already making an impact with his arm from left center, and we're still scoreless after one.
I have a list.
Okay.
So, she needs automatic emergency braking, blind spot detection, and lane departure warning.
All available on the Elantra and Sonata.
And a better warranty than Toyota, Nissan, or Chevy.
America's best warranty, standard with every Hyundai.
Let's check in with the boss.
Okay. Sorry, excuse me.
We'll take both.
Take a Hyundai vacation and make no monthly payments for 6 months with the first 3 months on us.
Just one.
She seems like a great boss.
We are here at Benny's Beverage Depot, and Joe, let's talk about some of the humorous things in baseball. Not that it's humorous to have arguments between managers and umpires, but I remember there was a game last year where you said you were arguing with an umpire, and he said something like, "I may be bad, but at least I'm honest." You almost busted out laughing.
I did. I mean, I have to leave at that point. He says, "I might be bad, but I'm not doing it on purpose," something to that effect. I thought that was great.
Call you back. Is this my car?
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous.
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening.
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart. Shut up.
Shut up.
That's why State Farm is there.
What a day.
With car insurance for when things go wrong.
What a day.
But also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm.
Cubs are the hottest ticket in town. Let's go. Your best option for future games is Monday through Thursday. Very limited availability on weekends throughout the summer. Don't wait. Plan now. Visit Cubs.com.
Sad news to pass along. Reports out of Venezuela. Former Cubs pitcher Ruben Quevedo has passed away at age 37, apparently from a heart attack, as Rizzo lines out to Freddie Galvis. Quevedo also a Milwaukee Brewer for a time. His debut with the Cubs in 2000. Sad. Here's Ben Zobrist. Thought he was going to hit lefty to start the game, but instead batting right-handed against the reliever Oberholzer. Well, it's a game of adjustments, and a lot of work spent this morning going over the scouting report against Velasquez, and instead the only guy who faced him was Fowler. And it's possible this could be one of those days where you have 4 bats against 4 different pitchers.
Yeah, and those tend to be very tough days for the hitters.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Zobrist 0 for 16 his last 6 games, but he has drawn 6 walks. On a hop to third, Franco will sling it across. Time for our Xfinity high-speed action. And Albert Almora Jr., always known for his instincts in the outfield. Good 1-hop throw to get Herrera.
Quickly with the feet to position himself to get those shoulders squared up to make that throw home.
Center fielder by trade, but can play all 3 spots. Bounced out last night as a pinch hitter in his major league debut. He's got a lot of people back home in South Florida watching this game today, I'm sure. To third, Franco again, and Oberholzer has been efficient and has retired all 5 he's faced. 0-0 early.
To the core. Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey.
Ain't no gift like the present tense. Ain't no love like the whole romance. Got to make hay when the sun's shining. Can't waste time when it comes time to dance. Long live the heart. Long live the soul that knows what it wants.
More lemonade, please.
Vacation's over.
Kick back this summer with a medium McCafe lemonade for $2, medium frappe or smoothie for $3, or any size sweet tea or soft drink for just $1 at McDonald's.
Taking the hassle out of yard work just got even easier. During the Echo National Sales Event, get a pro-grade Echo trimmer or handheld blower for only $149.99 each, backed by a 5-year warranty. But hurry, these deals will be gone before you know it. So take back your yard with Echo.
To the core. Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey.
Tomorrow, join CSN Chicago's Kelly Kroll for a taping of Beer Money at Jameson's Pub in southwest suburban Frankfort. Come out for the fun, test your sports trivia knowledge, and try to win cash. Beer Money, presented by Coors Light.
Phillies will bat here in the bottom of the 2nd against John Lackey. Ninth career start for Lackey against the Phillies. 4-4 with a .289. Howard 3 for 16 against him. He's homered twice. And he takes a fastball bottom of the zone for a strike.
Home run number 9 last night for Howard came on a first pitch curveball from Kyle Hendricks. A get over curveball, and Howard leaned on it. Tardy on the heater there. Well, the big fella can still do that. Not hitting for average, strikes out a bunch, struggles defensively, but still a big, strong guy. And when he gets into one, and certainly capable of leaving the ballpark.
Still 1-2. Rupp and Ashe to follow.
Would you say tied for 80th now all time?
Yeah, Lance Berkman.
Home run list.
Yep. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Lackey.
Lackey having a big strikeout year. Strikeout rate better than 26%. It's about 8 points better than his career strikeout rate. Slider's been a big reason why. It's been a big swing and miss pitch for him.
This is his 400th career appearance and his 399th career start. Fouled off by Cameron Rupp. I'm always intrigued by that kind of line, right? 400 career appearances and only 1 relief appearance. I have to ask John about it. It was 2004 while with the Angels. Hayward in right makes a catch. 2 down.
Well, the Cubs are performing on the field, but need your help to get to the All-Star game this July. Help send your Chicago All-Stars to San Diego by voting early, vote often, vote now at Cubs.com/vote. You can vote up to 5 times a day and up to 35 times total. Yeah, so extra inning game maybe.
Nope, it wasn't.
Abbreviated start the time before.
Nope, it wasn't.
Okay, we're doing a little baseball reference forensics here. You're trying to break down.
We are. Yeah, it was June 27th, 2004, a 10-5 loss at the Dodgers, and he pitched a scoreless 7th inning. Bartolo Colon gave up 8 runs in under 4 innings. Scott Shields went 2 1/3. They may have been just depleted bullpen.
Bullpen might have been out of gas.
So we'll ask him about it. But that's it. Every other appearance he's ever made in the regular season has been as a starter. 1-2 on Cody Ashe.
They say Gene Mock used to do that back in the day, a longtime manager, that he would pour over the box scores in the morning paper the next day. This is before the interweb and all this, and he would try to recreate the game by looking at the box scores.
Absolutely, it's fun. Try to kind of come up with reasons why things happen.
Yeah.
There's a little bloop single for Ashe. So that keeps the Phillies alive here in the second, and will bring up Tyler Goodell. Right biceps soreness, the reason for Vince Velasquez's exit.
Sounds like a trip to the DL. Tendonitis or something, perhaps. Because they didn't waste any time. After 2 pitches, they said, nope, you're done.
Outside for a ball on Goodell.
Ashley can run a little bit, stole a base here last night.
Two balls, no strikes on the rookie.
Talk about the Phillies and their lack of offense. Their outfield combined outfielders have hit just 7 home runs this year.
Two and two. Pete McCannon looks on. And got Mark Wegner in the mask. Kicks away just for a second. Not enough to allow Ashley to advance. He will be on the move here. 3-2, 2 outs. And the payoff delivery at the end of the bat, foul. Just minutes ago, and they'll be released the updated voting for the All-Star game in the National League. Dexter Fowler has taken over the lead among outfielders.
Certainly deserving.
Yeah, he was behind, I believe, Bryce Harper last week, but has jumped past him. Anthony Rizzo, Ben Zobrist, Chris Bryant, and Addison Russell, all leading at their positions on the infield. Called strike 3 to end the inning. 2 in the books after a short rain delay. Scoreless.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. I'm attorney Howard Ankin with legendary sportscaster Steve Stone.
And I know the right team knows how to win, like Howard Ankin Law Office.
If you or someone you know needs help with an injury case, I'm here to help. Please give me a call.
Put Howard's number in your phone right now, 312-6-million.
Now, you can get 2 Arby's Ultimate BLTs for $6. So, with 10 total strips of thick-cut bacon, that works out to about a 100% chance of you coming to Arby's. Arby's, we have the meat.
Summer's here, but we're the ones bringing the heat. Consider this your invitation to the Dodge Summer Clearance Event. Get $4,000 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash or 0% APR for 60 months on the 2016 Grand Caravan.
What famous American has covered more territory than any other? Hint, it's not a person. Celebrate 75 years of endless adventure today at the Jeep Drive and Discover event. One drive and you'll discover why Jeep is the most awarded best-selling SUV brand. Get 0% APR for 75 months or $3,000 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash on 2016 Cherokee model.
Time now for the Coors Banquet Timeless Moment. On this date in 1955, the Dodgers optioned pitcher Tommy Lasorda, left-hander, to Montreal to make room for Sandy Koufax. How about that?
Hang with him, Tommy.
It worked out okay for Tommy Lasorda, who became a Hall of Fame manager. He only made 26 appearances in the major leagues, 8 with the then Brooklyn Dodgers, 18 with the Kansas City A's. There's a base hit for Montero, and the Cubs are on the hit board, a leadoff single and number 900 in Miguel's career. Now Javier Baez in a light rain.
That's the automatic throw over for the Phillies with a man on base. There's no way does Oberholzer really think that Montero's going anywhere. Oberholzer, originally an 8th round pick of the Atlanta Braves, traded along to Houston. The right-handed hitter's mindset would be make sure you respect that changeup, think middle of the diamond, trust that you can be quick enough to turn on the fastball. He's not a hard thrower, velocity a tick or two below big league average.
Hard hit on the ground. Montero will make the turn and head to third. And he is safe as the ball gets by, and heads up base running by Baez. He ends up at second. Looked like they had a shot at Montero at third, but the ball eluded Franco, the third baseman.
Yeah, initially I thought there was no chance at Montero and that the play should be to second base to keep the double play in order. Where it got to it in a hurry, and an accurate throw might have had a shot. Speed not being Miggy's best asset, and able to hustle on over there to third base, and then, as Len mentioned, good heads-up base running by Baez to stay with the play and get himself into scoring position.
So it's the pitcher Lackey, infield back, except for Franco at third, and the throw's going to go to the plate, and they're going to get him. So the infield playing back, but Hernandez saw that he had a shot at Montero, and he was right. And
I'm not so sure that Miggy didn't go because Baez was coming. I think Miggy was going to hold his ground, but Baez immediately broke for third base. Let's see if we can see it here. No, I guess he was just in go mode. Normally you would think you'd be able to score on this ball, but it was so sharply hit, and he did not have a real big secondary lead coming down the line. It was not a contact play. It's a read it off the bat play.
So first and third, and Dexter Fowler bounces to second. Tag applied. Double play. Inning over.
Getting to be a theme in this series.
Man. So the Cubs with a great chance cannot get on the board.
Steak used to cost an arm and a leg. But now you can get new tender braised steak and melted cheese wrapped in a warm flatbread for just $1.49. Taco Bell steak flatbread sandwich. Eat it for them.
Honda knows that excitement comes in many forms, like impressive acceleration when you're alone on the road, or the confidence of advanced technology that helps look out for you when you're not. It's why the CR-V has available collision mitigation braking system to help avoid crashes before they happen. Nothing compares to a Honda. The Honda CR-V, the best-selling SUV in America.
No thanks, I have X1 from Xfinity, so.
Don't fall for DirecTV. Xfinity lets you download your shows from anywhere. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
I used to like that song.
Cubs, Braves, Friday at 6:30 on CSN.
Welcome back. Time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Let's check in with the Major League Baseball home run leaders. Boy, Mark Trumbo having a resurgent year with 20. Todd Frazier doing his thing on the south side. Arenado and Adam Duvall. How about the year that kid is having? And, of course, the Trevor Story continues to be a story. It's a Cinderella story. Not a good young players in the game. And the whole NL Rookie of the Year thing, man, it's going to be wide open.
Chris Bryant, I guess we call him the reigning Rookie of the Year, but it's not an award he could win again.
No. But he can go to the dinner and give the green jacket to the new Rookie of the Year.
Sure. Here's Oberholzer, the pitcher. Has pitched very well in relief of the injured Vince Velasquez.
Reminiscent perhaps of the 4-inning outing that Travis Wood had coming in behind Jason Hamill when he had to leave after 2 innings. Back on the homestand.
Seven career plate appearances coming in. 1 for 4 with a walk. 2 sack bunts. Here comes a pitch. Bounce towards center, but not hit hard, and that allows Bias to get over there. Low throw, but Rizzo digs it out. Here's Herrera.
Lackey doing what Lackey does. First pitch strikes to 7 of 9 batters so far.
As the Phillies, they're in that mode of identifying who's going to be a part of their long-term, what they hope is success, and I think Herrera is one of those guys as he quickly bounces out. 2 down.
Yeah, he's a good-looking player. Folks, legendary jam band Fish makes its Wrigley Field debut. They'll be there Friday, June 24th, and then again on Saturday, the 25th. Secure the best seats in the house at Cubs.com. A limited number of private suites are still available. Call the Premier team at 773-404-4200 or visit Cubs.com/Premier. Hernandez, a good bunter, and he's at least shown bunt a number of times in these games between the Cubs and the Phils.
1-1.
Two-out bunt doesn't do you a whole lot of good unless you're willing to steal second base.
And now with 2 strikes, the third baseman Bryant backs up.
Bizarre weather day here. Moments ago it was raining pretty good. Now the sun is out. Wind continues to blow.
And Lackey makes quick work of the Phillies in the third. Still no runs.
When I was just a young one, maybe pushing 10, somebody told me no, son, and I decided then I'm gonna dig my style, gonna walk the same, gonna keep on going, no, I don't see no end, with the prize I'm showing, you better tell your friends, you gonna dig my style, dig my style, dig my style.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, we're on the adventure of a lifetime and we need something that can keep up.
Well, the RAV4 is tech-savvy, has an NHTSA 5-star overall safety rating, and plenty of cargo space for your gear so you'll be ready for anything. Now, what kind of adventure are we talking about?
You're looking at him.
Aw, double trouble.
Lease a new 2016 RAV4 with 0 due at signing and 0 first month's payment. Or get 0% APR for 60 months on RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
Weeknights, don't miss Sports Talk Live on Comcast Sportsnet. David Kaplan leads a roundtable on the day's hottest topics, interviews Chicago's biggest stars, and interacts with you at home. Sports Talk Live, presented by Chevy Silverado, tonight at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hey fans, when you think mortgage in Chicago, think E-Click Lending. Whether looking to purchase or refi, never pay lender fees with E-Click Lending. Visit us online at eclicklending.com to lock in your low rate today. E-Click Lending, point, click, save. Oberholzer to Hayward, ball 1. Cubs are 13-4-1 in series play so far this season. Go back to July 29th of last year. Their last 120 games, they're 50 over 500, 85 and 35. That happened to coincide right around the time when they were no hit by Cole Hamels. Right after that, they went on that ridiculous run to finish 2015. Outside, it was close. 2-2.
So if they go into a little bit of a tailspin, we should hope they get no hit.
I don't know if it's causal or more coincidental.
Tremendous bounce back after the no-hitter.
But I do recall a lot of angst about the Cubs getting no hit for the first time since 1965, and in the end it didn't really mean anything on a grander scale.
Angst from the
just fans, I think. Yeah, they got swept.
Yeah.
You know, the Phillies were way under 500. What's going on? It's baseball.
Yeah, it's part of being a fan. You get to stress out, even when those that are in the game say, "No, it's okay. It happens." I believe it was Tommy Lasorda, and I think it was when he was managing in the minor leagues, probably in Albuquerque or somewhere. His team went through a bad stretch and lost 8 or 9 in a row, and he was trying to rally the troops, and he said even the 27 Yankees lost 9 in a row, and then somebody looked it up, and no, not even close. He just
made it up. If you say it with conviction, people will believe it.
You can do anything you want if you just put your mind to it. Well, that's not true. Not even close to true.
There's a 9th pitch of the at-bat, and Hayward hits a bullet, foul to right.
Talked about Oberholzer earlier in his home run issues, and it's been both right and left-handed batters that have done damage against him. Lefties have an OPS over 1,000 against him.
And he has been right around that strike zone in this at-bat, and eventually he walks Hayward.
Loud foul may have scared him out of the strike zone, but a good battle put up by Hayward and Oberholzer for that matter. Hayward wins the battle, takes the walk. Nothing doing yet in the Philly bullpen. But, he spent a lot of time in the strike zone. Phillies pitching has been pretty good. That's why they've been able to hang around 500 despite the lack of run scoring. We saw Jared Eichhoff, young right-hander last night, 25-year-old right-hander. He was really good. 7 innings. He allowed just 2 hits and 1 run, struck out 8. Talking with John Maley last evening after the game, and he said maybe the best pitching performance against the Cubs this year from Eichhoff.
Sure looked that way from up here. His slider was utilized a lot and was very effective.
Yeah, when you could command both breaking balls the way he did, he really likes his curveball, but the slider was a big weapon last night, and fastball command was outstanding.
Making his 33rd start at third. He's made 17 starts in left, 5 in right, 2 at first, and just for fun added 1 inning at short. Fans aren't booing because it's the home pitcher throwing to first. If it were John Lackey, you'd hear a lot of boo.
Come on, throw the ball. You'd be hanging up those chickens at Olympic Stadium.
Swing and a miss on a change. 1-2 to Chris. Good success in this ballpark here these first couple of series here for him. 11 out of 28 with a home run. Nearly hit a couple homers Monday night. Ended up being doubles. Ready for a 1-2, and it's up and in.
The show me fastball to push him off the plate. Now he's got options. He can go back to that changeup down and away, or he could double up, try to throw a fastball in on the hands and perhaps pop them up and do some weak contact. Bryant's been good in there. He's pretty quick to that inside fastball.
Hayward got a good jump. That ball hooked to left. It's going to be caught. Hayward able to get back to first. Ashley makes the grab. One away.
37 pitches for Oberholzer. We'll see how long Pete McCannon decides to stay with him if he continues to pitch effectively. Earlier this year, he had a couple long relief outings, 3 1/3, and then a 4-inning outing.
Rizzo lined out his first time up. And takes a strike. 6-game hitting streak coming in. Average has gone from 236 up to its current 259. Knocked down by Rupp. Foul.
Man, they're really locked in on Jason Hayward over there at first base. It was off Oberholzer the other night when Rizzo got that base hit to left on a breaking ball that was about a foot outside.
To the shortstop Galvis. He feeds Hernandez and a quick turn. A 6-4-3 inning ender. So the Cubs waste the leadoff walk. Still scoreless midway in the fourth.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
Real meal for $5. 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 Finger licking, finger licking, finger licking.
If there's one thing the human foot has always been good at, it's unleashing great power. Introducing the 255 horsepower Lexus IS 300 all-wheel drive V6 with 25% more base horsepower. The IS performance line has never been more powerful. Once driven, there's no going back.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem. For a free consultation, call 888-SEEPAGE or visit seepage.com.
follow in-game live on CSNChicago.com. Presented by State Farm. One attempt, Freddie Galvis. Foul. He started the 6-4-3 double play to end the top of this inning.
Phillies have turned 2 double plays today. They turned 2 in the ball game yesterday. The game-saving double play in the 8th inning.
Two. Cubs' next opponent, the 16-42 Atlanta Braves. They've dropped 6 in a row. Worst record in baseball. They've got a matinee in San Diego today. Julio Teheran and Drew Pomeranz. That's a good matchup. Both guys with a sub-3 earned run average.
Yeah, not a lot of good news for either one of those clubs this year, but those 2 guys have been positive stories. Pomeranz threw a dandy against the Cubs, had a bunch of strikeouts.
Knocked down Galvis, and he decided to do a push-up.
Yeah, next time, I want to see a guy maybe do some mountain climbers down there next time. Some squat thrusts.
And he lines to Zobrist. Yeah, if you just had one big league, no divisions, the Cubs would be in first place. The Braves would be in 30th, 24.5 games out.
And the Atlantas, boy, it's their final season at Turner Stadium, and they're not having a lot of fun there. They're 6-23 in their home ballpark. John Lackey had a 2.09 earned run average in the month of May. He's made 1 start in June already, and that was 6 2/3 scoreless against the Diamondbacks. Gives you an idea of how good he's been over the last 7 or 8 starts.
Yeah, 11 starts total coming in. At least 6 starts, or 6 innings 10 times. At least 7 innings, 6 of the 11. He's gone 8 innings twice. The volume of work has been impressive.
And because he's been so efficient, it's not like he's running high pitch counts.
Right.
To pitch all those innings.
Count on Michael Franco. That is foul. Going into today, the Toronto Blue Jays starters leading the majors in innings. Giants second, Cubs third. That's a strikeout. Call made by the home plate umpire, Mark Wegner.
See a little Laredo fastball there from Lackey. And Franco, yeah, he went.
No doubt. Here's Howard. And he fouls back. One other game going on right now. The Blue Jays lead the Tigers in Detroit 5-2 as they go to the 5th inning there.
Tigers have been winning a lot of ball games lately.
They have. Smoke and Donaldson have homered for the Jays. Castellanos for Detroit. That's Dickey against Zimmerman.
Tigers have won 5 in a row. 2 games better than 500. 2.5 behind the first place Indians.
Kind of fun for the Blue Jays right now, isn't it? Bautista and Donaldson hitting 1-2.
Are they really?
Yeah. Yeah, for quite a while now. It's been Bautista, Donaldson, and Encarnacion. 1, 2, 3. Top the Blue Jays order. Is on deck. 2-2 the count on Ryan Howard. Scoreless tie, 4th inning. Swing and a miss. Howard has struck out twice. 5 for Lackey. And we go to the 5th. Cubs still looking for the first run of the ball game. Great statue of Harry Callis.
If you teach someone to fish, you might never see them again. This summer, join the movement and take someone fishing. And there's no better place to get someone started than the Bass Pro Shop's Gone Fishing event. Go online to learn more.
Love smart solutions? Try Phillips Norelco shavers. 72 rotating blades to catch even the last hair standing, so you can be your best you. Innovation and you. Phillips Norelco. Voted best grooming tool by Men's Health.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
We got one!
Hey, anybody see a ghost? It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Fire and brimstone, earthquakes, volcanoes, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. Movies start at Channel 125.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up, just like at Mobile Phone Park.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends too.
There's a long drive and it's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook. Just 25 minutes southwest of Chicago.